Tyson.
Hi.
Tyson.
Okay. Just making sure we're recording. Beautiful. Good afternoon and welcome to Digital Toolkit. I'm just sharing my screen with everyone so you can see. Can I get a thumbs up if you can see my screen? Beautiful. Thank you. All right, now just there we go. All right, we are good to go. We are live and good afternoon and welcome to the Digital Toolkit, the only place to get the latest tips, tools and advice for your business to help you grow online. We've got a kicker of a session today with 3 video expert companies online with us today. So a big thank you to Nick Brown from Sky Jellyfish, Liam Fahey from Lad Social, and Tyson Jennings, who is not necessarily, a video expert, but he makes some killer videos for LinkedIn. So I've asked him to show us some stuff that they do for Yodel. They are a marketing company, so a ton of advice to get from all of those 3 experts. And we've also got myself, Katrina from Ranking Australia, Andrea Anderson, who is a chief idea specialist. So she's the one you can get those ideas for your marketing videos for. And Kay, who is our resident social media expert and knows what kind of works for social channels as well, which is pretty impressive. So, and we do have Jamin on board as well from Kinetics, who is, very knowledgeable in video embeds for your website and what works and what doesn't. And Carly Reading, who helps manage all those tasks and files and all those things to get them to who they need to be. So thanks for joining us, Carly. So without further ado, announcing once again the Christmas Pamper Hamper that we've got going for the end of the year for Digital Toolkit. This is the last giveaway. It's jam-packed full of goodies. There'll be some chocolate, some alcohol variety in there somewhere, but most of all, we've got My Candle Smells and Ellie Shea, beautiful organic green range for the lucky winner of the Christmas Pamper Hamper. So please do make sure that you engage with our page to get a chance to win. A big congratulations for last month's winner of the 12 months managed WordPress giveaway from Kinetics. So big thank you again to Jamin and the team at Kinetics, who is helping Belinda Welland from Brisbane, Glitter Haven, get connected for her website and digital presence. So once again, congratulations, Belinda. So what is the Digital Toolkit? If you're still only just discovering the Digital Toolkit, it is a panel of experts that get in every Wednesday on a session for an hour and give you bite-sized chunks to take away and apply to your digital strategy. So being that we deliver these sessions every week, there's a ton of value here for you in not only this session, but everything preceding. And don't forget that we have got a 2022 kicker of a year lined up for you to help you grow your business with a much more brighter outlook on 2022 with the borders opening up. I read somewhere today that I believe they're opening Fiji very shortly for people to go on holidays and honeymoons and baby moons and God knows what. So if you're looking at flights, well done, and I wish you a safe journey. So who do we have on the session? Again, so we've got myself from Ranking Australia, Katrina Branick, Nick Brown from Sky Jellyfish, Tyson Jennings from Yodel, Andrea Anderson from Your Marketing Machines, Kay Rich from Dash Social, Jamin Andrews from Kinetics, Carly Reading from Inkblock VA, and Liam, goodness, did I I missed your slide. I'm so sorry. Where are you, Liam?
I feel like I'm missing out.
Oh gosh, there you are. We forgot to do a double check. That's my bad. I'm so sorry, Liam. But Liam is the handsome man in the middle with the beard from Lad Socials. So they're an impressive crew up in Rocky, and but they do travel across Australia and beyond. They go international as well. Not sure how many trips you've made overseas this year, but you know, with the gates opening very soon, that should change. All right, so back to where we were. Apologies once again. And we do have the lovely Carly reading from Inkblock VA. So on the panel, we have an impressive number of digital experts who work together every Wednesday to deliver as much advice and value that you can get to help you grow your business. And don't forget that every one of these brands you can reach out to individually and ask them to help you grow your business. So a quick word from our sponsors. Hot and Healthy Academy is still running the trial for 30 days for $1. So please do make sure you go and check out the hotandhealthyglobal.com website to find out more about how you can upskill for your business. And Encord, an amazing platform that has your marketing tools embedded into it. So it saves me probably about $500 or well, $500 to $600 every month just by having this one tool in place. It's my CRM, it's my automation, it's my website, it's my email platform, it's my hosting. So it's pretty impressive with what it entails. So please do go and check out encord.com. So a little bit more about the specialists that we have on the team today. So there's myself from Ranking Australia. My name is Katrina Baranek, and I am a Google specialist. So everything to help your business get on Google. Get Google fired with Ranking Australia. Give us a call. Over to Nick. Over to you. Where are you?
I'm more than happy to talk about
There
myself.
You are.
So Sky Jellyfish, we make videos to generate leads, drive conversions, build inquiries, deliver training, or simply grab attention. Only video of all the different kinds of marketing out there meets your audience more than halfway. Done right, it does all the hard work to draw your audience in to see, hear, feel, and believe your message. It's your brand, your strategy, your message, your offer, and your audience, all those layers brought together in sound and motion. And at Sky Jellyfish, we make it simple, fast, and surprisingly affordable. And we've been doing it for businesses like yours for over 11 years. And that's all I have to say. I'll say a lot more later. Many, many more.
Beautiful. Thanks for joining us today, Nick. Over to you, Tyson.
Awesome. So I'm Tyson. I'm a co-founder of Yodel. We are Australia's most exciting showcase of local business, helping people to eat, shop, work, and save money locally. We're essentially a marketplace that brings together 45 different online sources into one easy-to-use app/platform. We also create white labels engaging with lots of different audiences. I am super excited for today because video is how we changed our business from being a little tiny app to over 25,000 businesses and 21,000 users and growing rapidly every day. So this is something I am super excited about and really keen to talk about.
Beautiful. We are pleased that you could jump in today, Tyson, because yes, you have had an incredible impact with your videos. So we'd love to learn how you do that. We are graced with the amazing Liam Fay from Lad Social. Over to you.
Yes, I'm Liam Fay from Lad Social. We're a 13-year veteran marketing company with 2 different production houses attached to us as well. Everything from major events to little businesses to franchise businesses, and been used to playing international markets, as Katrina mentioned. A long history with video right from the early days right to now. Spend a lot of our time these days teaching big business how to think like little business in terms of localized video marketing.
Nice. Again, thanks for jumping in today, Liam. And know your time is very measured. Over to you, Kay. Thanks for jumping in today.
Thanks very much, Katrina. Hello, everybody. I'm Kay Ridge from Dash Social. We're social media marketers. So what we do is that we do all that lovely content that you hate to do, write it up, do a strategy, make sure that it works for you so that it's on point, on brand. Looking forward to today. Video is huge in social media, so it'll be very interesting.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, Kay. Over to the ever exciting Andrea Anderson.
I do love this photo, I've got to admit, because it's like, oh, it's so funny. Andrea Anderson, Chief Idea Specialist for Your Marketing Machines. We are a marketing strategy and communications company based here in Brisbane. Essentially, where we fit in the picture of marketing is that we are the glue between what the business wants to achieve in their goals and aspirations, and then secondly, how marketing vehicles can align with those business goals and essentially create success. For a very big part of our business, we do look very heavily at the power of video branding, and more importantly, not at the necessity for it, but really the kind of language, the kind of visual representation that you need to support your brand out there in the marketplace. So I'm very excited to be a part of today's conversation. Hopefully I can add my 2 cents worth, and we can leave our listeners with some really simple tips, hints and tricks to take away from today.
Beautiful. Thanks, Andrea. And over to the ever technical, Jamin Andrews.
Thank you very much, and welcome to everybody who's online. And my name is Jamin Andrews from Kinetics Web Hosting. We're a local hosting company, over 20 years experience at hosting various platforms from standard PHP right through WordPress, Joomla, whatever you got. Biggest trend really at the moment in our space is definitely video. You know, we're seeing more and more video being utilized in websites and of course back into their social media. All roads lead back into Rome. So you got to make sure that your website is up and functional and working quickly if you're spending all that money on all this advertising and cool video marketing. So I'm really keen for today. I'm really interested in what the team are going to have to say about video. So yeah, that's me.
Beautiful. Thanks for joining, Jamin. And over to the very beautiful Carly Reading.
Hi, everyone. I'm Carly. I am Inkblot VA. We're Australian virtual assistants, and we provide remote administrative support to small businesses. Now, we love the jobs you hate. It's cheesy, but it really gets the message across. We love to do the jobs that you just simply can't stand. We get it done. We get it done in the background so that you're off being your amazing selves in the foreground of your businesses. Now, I'm not a video specialist. Today, I am the avid, audience member, and I have lots of questions. I have a little bit of video in my future, so I am sitting here with pen and paper hoping that I can take away many tips to make it look better next week. Thank you so much, Katrina, for having me.
Beautiful. All right, so do make sure you have a cuppa or a cold drink handy, because you don't want to miss the nuggets that we will be presenting in this session. So one thing that I thought I might add just to get you thinking about the additional values of video is that with your videos going out on social media channels, on your website, on everywhere, within your website, you've actually got capability, particularly with WordPress websites, to have a video sitemap, which does tremendous things for your SEO ranking as well. And I don't know, did you cover any of that, Nick, with yours, potentially? I can't hear you, sweetheart.
There we go. I pressed the button too eagerly there on my microphone. Now, I wouldn't want to give any spoilers away, but there will definitely be a few of those things in my presentation. As usual, I sort of took an idea and ran with it, perhaps in the wrong direction, but we'll see just where it ends up.
No worries. I'm really looking forward to your presentation, Nick, as with everyone else. So without further ado, I will hand it over to you.
Thank you very much, Katrina. Now, hello, everyone watching and everyone on the panel here. Lovely to see you of a Wednesday, of a very rainy Wednesday. I've just come back from a shoot. I got absolutely drenched. I haven't had time to get myself together, but it's the gear I was trying to protect, and we did it. Anyway, so I've put together a little video. It's about 9 minutes, 45 seconds. And originally, I wasn't going to be able to make it today. So I pre-recorded my presentation, and someone else was going to present it for me, but my shoot ended early, so I'm here. And so you'll just have to keep in mind that in the video I do say I'm sorry I couldn't make it. So just pretend, use your imagination, and I think you'll be there. We'll get there together. So I'll just scroll to the old video here. I'll load it up into the projector, and we'll have a watch together. Here we go. Just dim the lights if you like, or probably not, health and safety. Here we go. Hello everyone out there, it's me, Nick Brown here from Sky Jellyfish Video. But enough about me, I'll cut off the self-promotion right there because we're here to talk about your self-promotion. Well, specifically, your branding videos. Your branding videos that Sky Jellyfish is more than happy to make for the quite affordable price of well, just your branding videos. And they could be made by whoever you wish. It doesn't have to be us, it could be someone a lot cheaper. Now, I apologize for not being there in person, but if you think about it, I was never going to be there in person anyway, because we're all online and it's 2021, so you just have to deal with that. But I'm not only apologizing for the where, but the when. This is a pre-recorded segment. And while you're all suffering on a Wednesday, I'm back here enjoying Tuesday. I'm over here now. I could tell I was losing you. So today we're going to break it down a little and chop this into 3 sections. First, so we're all on the same page, we'll define what is a branding video and a brand for this presentation. Then we'll talk about how your branding video supports that brand. And finally, we'll talk about making your branding video watchable and effective. And now we're back over here. Someone had to use the kitchen, but we're not talking about kitchens, although we could, and I have strong opinions on the matter. For example, maybe not using it when someone is trying to make a video. But we're talking about what is a branding video and what is a brand. Cut to the next thing. Well, a branding video could be defined as a video that establishes who you are as a company to the person watching it. What's your vibe? What's your feeling you impart to the customer? What do they end up thinking of you? And most importantly of all, feeling of you. With your video, we take how you want people to feel about you and we try to give that feeling to the viewer. Well, in all of your videos, and this is very, very important, and this is something not a lot of people consider. And there's a reason the big companies take this consistency so seriously. Because every single video you make is a branding video and it will influence how the customer feels about you. In fact, everything that will influence how your customer feels about you is a very important part of your brand. It is your brand, and remember, your brand might mean something different to you than it does to your customer. But at the end of the day, your brand is whatever your customer feels it is. You might think you're an amazing service provider, but if all you have is 1-star reviews, even if they're fake reviews, and the customer sees them, sorry, that's basically your brand now. Let's dive into the scope of all this for a second, because to talk about your branding videos without talking about your branding wouldn't quite have the same kick. Your logo will influence how your customer feels about you. Your website, your reviews, your advertisements, your social media pages, your LinkedIn profiles, your personal Facebook profile if they dive that deep, your car, and your clothing, your haircut, your premises, your company name, your staff's experience, your staff photos, how easy you are to find on Google, whether you have a mobile number on your website, a landline, or a dedicated toll-free number. Some people think that they just need a logo, a color palette, a couple of fonts, a style guide, a website, bit of spiel, some email signatures, and we'll call it a day on the whole brand thing. And yes, graphic designers will send you a branding pack, but it's just one small part of your brand. That's your branding pack as far as your printer and graphic designer is concerned, but how your customers feel about your business should be your main concern, because that's your real brand. At the end of the day, your brand should be based on a way you want your target market to feel about your company. And that feeling should make them want to buy from you and be something that you and your company are comfortable with. It can be cheeky, it can be serious, it can be forward-moving and fast-paced, or relaxing, or a mysterious adventure, whatever. It can even be something like this if you want. Good girl. Mwah. But at the end of the day, it has to be making you money. Otherwise, it won't be anything for very long. Take the dog. Now, on to section 2, how your branding video supports that brand. Let's consider your one main video. At Sky Jellyfish, we call it your business introduction video, or your front page video, or for this presentation, let's call it your brand building video. In reality, every video you have is a brand building video, but let's look at your main website video. Your brand building video should do a few things. Impart your brand onto the viewer, whatever that brand is. Hopefully it's good. If not, maybe take a little look in the business mirror and do a bit of adjusting. I'm too fat to do the tie-up anyway, so I might as well take it off because I'm too fat. To impart this brand onto the viewer, we show your business in action for your clients. We show your team hard at client work or having fun doing it if that's part of your brand. Your staff interacting with clients in a manner that supports your brand. Your premises, your great work that you've done and your successful projects. And your happy clients enjoying the fruits of your labor. We show and tell your promise, your message and your offer. We establish your business as an effective solution to the viewer's problems, whether that's a problem they actively think about or one they didn't even know that they had. That's a part of every brand that lasts longer than a few months without losing a lot of money, being a solution to a relevant problem. And we establish trust with the viewer. You're a capable, reliable service provider they can feel comfortable with, and that should definitely be part of your brand. Wow, it's already time for section 3, the key components of your branding video that we need to make it effective. The first thing you have to consider with your brand building video is getting people to watch the bloody thing. I mean, there's no point getting a billboard if you're going to stick it in the middle of a desert. Unless that's your thing. Stick it somewhere that people will watch it, not at the bottom of page 15 of your FAQ. Dump a bucket of money into your social media marketing machine, plug the video in and start that machine up. Bing! If you have a platform with no traffic, you need ads out there bringing traffic in, and you need some SEO. You need to be found by your target market, or your busyness will be a not very busyness. Really? Who wrote this? I did. When your viewer is watching your branding video, you have to make it engaging. Otherwise, it's not going to work. They're going to tune out, they're going to lose focus and go away. 2 key pillars of engagement are relevance and novelty. By novelty, we mean to have a variety in the shots that you use and energy levels in your video with peaks and troughs, and be relevant to who your target market is while weaving in your brand. But you must do all of this without pulling focus from your message and your brand. Now, we, Sky Jellyfish, we're a video production company, so we can get away with a lot more than most people because it can just be an example of us showing how engaging a video can be. But you shouldn't be too wacky. A few examples of relevance are communicating your benefits to the viewer clearly, answering all those important questions like, will you make my pain go away? Why should I care about your business? And what can you do for me? Show a couple of testimonials from people who are just like your viewer, which is also great for trust. A great way to create relevance is by having a narrative throughout your video while establishing what your business is. Establish your business, show how you consider their requirements with care and understanding, show how you create the solution to those requirements with skill and attention to detail, and show how happy they are when that solution is delivered.
And when we're talking novelty, that means not talking to the same camera the whole time, having a variety of different shots to support the message of your video. Hell, let's use a drone if we can. Don't use a monotone in your video, talk with some emphasis. Don't say the same tired marketing speak and boring shit that everyone else is saying.
And if there's one thing we don't like, it's blending in.
And one very important part of not pulling focus is having a production quality level that at least matches your competitors. But don't let the production quality distract from the message of your video. The video isn't the focus here, the message in the video and your brand is. And finally, and this is a very, very good one and a very, very essential one, I recommend a call to action. Some urgency. We've made them feel all this stuff about you. Now let's get them to act on it before those feelings go away. And feelings do go away.
Anyway, I hope I've given you a pretty good outline of what to do here, but obviously there's a lot more that goes into making a video than can be said in this amount of time. So hey, why not send us an inquiry? Hop on to skyjellyfish.com.au because this is what we do and it's what we're good at. Thank you all for watching. I'm Nick Brown from Sky Jellyfish. Well, that's it. Hopefully there's no questions. Goodbye.
You're hilarious, Nick, and brilliant video. That's awesome. Can you upload that one somewhere and share the link on the bottom of the feed?
Perhaps.
Yes.
It was a bit of a rush job though, and I thought, well, the little things that were errors in it doesn't matter because it's just a quick online presentation. So I will fix up those mistakes and then upload it.
All right, fair enough.
These little things annoy me a lot.
Well, I think that seeing the real you is always the best. So I love the little bit with Piggy in there. That was awesome. Okay, so one of the things that I think resonated with what you were mentioning in that presentation there, Nick, was your brand isn't just your logo or just a digital kit that goes into your print media, your digital media. It's everything. It's your, as you say, your car. It's the way you look. It's how you speak. It's a language that you choose to use on all of your digital print and brochures, everything. So, and as I think Andrea will probably bring into it later in the conversation, your brand is an identity. So it's so much more than just a couple of words on a piece of paper or a quick $5 logo that's been designed on Fiverr. It just really it's everything that will help the success of your brand. So
I think what's really important to consider as well is that you have to add perspective into the mix. Like BP's brand will be something different to someone who works at BP than it will to an environmentalist. So you have to really consider perspective and the different target markets and what's in their head and what they're thinking. Usually not much, but it's important.
I think the power with video though, Katrina, and that is it's another way of sensory inclusion, right? Before video, when we had the opportunity to do video, it was photography. Prior to photography, it was language. And so video is really just that next iteration and that next sort of sensory connection. It gives you that opportunity to be able to install the humor, as we saw in Nick's. It allows you to be a little bit real. It allows you to essentially invite people into having a stronger and closer connection with you. And by doing so, they essentially experience you as a potential solution provider for them. And I think the big one for a lot of people to remember, and this is probably a question back to both you, Nick, and to Liam, and that is, not everyone is confident or comfortable in front of a camera. In fact, most people, it's worse than death. So I guess the question that I'd love to open up to both of you guys, and that is because knowing that it is that experiential marketing, that's it's a way for a potential client to experience your brand. What are 3 things that the two of you do to have people sort of become natural in front of the camera when they're not so natural? Nick, do you want to go first and then Liam?
One of the main things I'll do if someone is really terrible on the camera is not hit record on that camera and just not film them, because some people there is no salvaging and they are just horrible. You know, I'll leave it up to Liam to say the rest because I'm sick of hearing from myself.
I've spent my life teaching people how to talk on camera. And you're right about photography being a basis of it. Photography, you can sell the message immediately, but with video, you've got to do so much more. So when we get someone who can't talk on camera, we film them do it. We can get them doing everything that they need to do in their business, and then we can bring in a professional voiceover artist to talk over top of them for them, as long as it's their words. So I sit down with them separately, camera not pointing at them, hit record on my mobile phone, and go, tell me about your business. Take that to the copywriter. The copywriter writes up, send to the voiceover artist. My film team come in, film them in action. I've yet to find a person who's uncomfortable being filmed as long as they don't have to say anything, especially when you're giving them option. Okay, we're going to get you to talk on camera. I don't want to do that. Okay, how about we just film you? It's the compromise, and they'll always say yes. But if you say we're just going to film you, they go, no filming. But if you say you got to talk on camera, they say no, compromise, let's just film you in action. It always works. And yeah, that's the first thing. If they're struggling to talk on camera, normally the biggest problem is there's written a script. Scripts are the worst idea when you're filming. Give me bullet points. See, if they're doing bullet points and they're running through a section and they get something wrong, we can restart it. But if they're doing a script, they get the word "the" wrong and they want to restart again. So never do scripts, just bullet point out. And don't be afraid to do cutaways and change scenes like Nick did, bounce in different locations. It stops you having to have errors in between your video. It's the way to do it. So those are my tips.
Just to add to that, I've made over 120 videos with me in them and the business owners. And the biggest tip that you've already hit on is the scripting thing. Scripts are the devil. They are the worst thing you can give to somebody who's not used to being on camera, because they are worried about every single word. And the other thing we do with a lot of them is we just get them to start talking about their business and don't tell them the camera's on. And quite often that's when you get the really, really good stuff, because they're not worried about, how they look at the camera. They're talking passionately about their business. And that's a huge factor for getting really good content out of these guys. That people who can't talk on camera is really hard. And the worst one we did is with the bubble tea company. Probably if you know about catalog, you can work it out. And we did, I think, something like 53 takes that we just weaved together into a 1 minute video, So Nick and Liam would understand what that insanity was. But outside of that, usually people, if they know what they're talking about, they're confident in their business, they can demonstrate something. But yeah, you just get rid of scripts. Don't script. That's the worst thing I've seen people do.
That's perfect. Love it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I guess, the only thing to do is move forward and showcase some more branding videos. So Liam, did you want to take over my screen, or should I just share and press play? You're on mute, Sweet Pea.
Yeah, just share and press play. Let's start with that Lane's Barbecue one.
The Lane's Barbecue?
Yes.
All right.
The shorter one. Yeah, there you go. So very simple video, this one. It's just a product video. Sells the message immediately. There's not a lot to it. It tells the ingredients and it pushes the brand, and reasonably simple to do. A little bit of playback error there, but that's just the loading because you're running it from Dropbox. If you have a look at the second video, this is a video that's actually in production at the moment. So this is the drafted cuts before it's been color graded and corrected and had the extra visuals added and visual effects. And
Gosh, to have abs like that would be great.
This one's going to have like a retro film vibe put over the top of it. This one was about 2 weeks worth of work up to this point in time for about 3 staff. So all these scenes are individually lit, which anyone who's ever done outside filming knows that scrims and lighting and everything outside is just no fun at all. And all these scenes are shot in RAW, and then we've just got to put them together. So the idea behind this one is to actually push a brand forward for coffee. And this is for a Queensland-wide company. There's one other video I want to show you, and if it's okay, I want to take control of the camera there.
Over to you.
So this is one of those feel-good type videos.
We can't hear that one, Liam. If
Can't hear that one?
no,
Oh, I was hoping I was going to bring through the sound. Is there a way I can fix it?
the best way is to click share screen down the bottom, then go to advanced, and then navigate to the file under video. So hit share screen.
Advanced, yep.
Yeah. Advanced. Make sure optimize video playback or whatever that is in the bottom left is clicked. Yep. Yeah, and do the file.
The file, yep. It's not
cool.
coming up for me. Oh yeah, there we go. So that should work. Okay, let's see if that works.
See where it took me.
Is that working? Can you hear audio now?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I started AF Constructions because I was just ready to do stuff on my own, take the leap and see what happened. Is it take the leap and yeah, see where it took me. The biggest thing I wanted AF Construction to be is a speciality in the industry. It's its own brand and its own product. It brings a custom build but a custom feeling to the industry. Not just the everyday, just come up and slap 4 walls up in a brick home. It's come in and pick certain products. We pick speciality things of what people want. We don't just pick your everyday products. It's going out that extra mile to find exactly what you want and what you get the most out of each and every dollar you spend. I want to be different. Didn't want to be the same as what everyone else could be. Or I know a lot of people take their own paths in building, and that's sort of what I wanted to do as well. There's many people a part of AF Constructions. It's not just me. There's a massive crew behind us. Not just the boys on site. We've got a marketing team. We've got a lady, the officer, does an incredible job. We've got an engineering, a certification team. We've now got an estimating crew that's doing our jobs down in Brisbane, estimates all our prices for us. Product that you see every day is just the boys on site, pretty much. So it's great. We've created something special very fast. I try and base it around who I am as a person, I think, because I've tried to build AF Constructions around that. I throw ideas to people. I love showing them what we've done, what I love to do, and what we can bring to people as well. I just love the end product. You can't tell me that a dressed piece of timber, stained hardwood timber, is not nice. Like it's just something special about it. It's its own character. How special it is. It's just I love an old. Sound a bit cheesy, but I love an old piece of timber. It just looks unreal once it's all put together, and it looks phenomenal. Everyone's got their own special point of difference in their building. But I think the point of difference with AF Constructions is it's a start, first meet each other to the here's your home and we hope you love it forever. It's every step of the way between every part of the journey.
So that's one of those really nice sort of feel-good type videos, pushing the brand for the builder. And the key thing with this builder, when we first met him, was that you cannot help but love the guy. You like him instantly the second you spend any time with him. So we wanted to push him forward, and we didn't want it to be scripted. We didn't want it to be perfect. We wanted it to be real. And we've sort of followed that every single step of the way, working with this guy and videos always come first. The very first video we ever did with him, he promised me never to share with anyone. It's banned from being showcased, but we have every single one of his staff now, from the labourer to the guy that comes in and does the concreting, the apprentices, his tradesmen, even his old granddad, jump on camera and do videos. The entire brand, the entire company push forward with actually talking on camera and telling people about where their projects are up to. And that's how we've grown them from a one-band show to where they are now, with over 6 tradies working for them in under a year. So video branding approach is very important. And it doesn't, as Nick said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You really have to represent towards the brand.
I've got to commend you there, Liam, because you've just captured, that's that experiential marketing I was talking about before, where you're right. As soon as he opened his mouth and spoke, and he just went, yeah, I just want to be different. I just thought, oh, dude, like, you're the kind of person that I'd love to speak to. So what you've done there, and just capturing him, and even the way his staff and that they were operating in and around with your crew, like, you could see there was a really strong interaction there. So yeah, fantastic.
Yeah,
Well
I don't
done.
hire people unless they actually got a trade behind them, or they've spent some time on a construction site or farm.
Yeah, no, well done.
Just to jump in there, we've got a question live from Belinda on the Facebook page. So are branding videos more appropriate for service-based business or face-to-face shops? Would it work for an online retail store?
I think on an online retail store, it's more important to have the branding video there, because you have a less of a personal connection with your customer. You want your customer to know who you are, relate and connect with you. The more your customers recognize you as the person behind the business, or the salespeople behind the business, the more comfortable they are with the product.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I am curious as well. Tyson, you've got, a very digital business, but you do get out there as well. So while it's, essentially showcasing other retail stores, you're a very digital business. So why don't you take it over and give us some examples of what works for you guys?
Yeah, cool. So for us, we're a marketplace, and there's a really key concept in building a marketplace, which is building trust. So you can have two sides of a marketplace, but realistically, if people don't trust you, what you are, they're not coming back. So for us, when we kind of stumbled onto how good video content could be, to be honest, we were challenged by an advisor of ours just to make a video about what we do. We made it, went really well, but to be honest, by our standards today, really, really poorly, but by those standards, really well. And so we started going out there and making videos with businesses that are listed on our platform, and we've seen some incredible growth from that. And some videos seen seen by hundreds of thousands of people, and we make them ourselves. We make them in-house. We're not making pretty ones like Nick and Liam, because that would send us bankrupt. But for us, we would go out, and for us, the production piece of this is we'd go out on a Tuesday, film 4 or 5 videos in a day, so an hour at each business. So these are very quick, we're not going deep, we're not looking at lots of different, we're getting the key components of the business and how people can find that business on Yodel, introducing people to lots of awesome business owners. And that's the key part for us. Awesome businesses that are local to you, that you can support. And that's a message, coming back to the branding piece, that really resonated with our audience. I'll see if I can, I'll get our most successful video. I will see if I can get that. I'll do the low quality version on here.
I'll just answer that question quickly. That's come in on the chat. Hello, everyone. Nick Brown here from Sky Jellyfish. So that question, it's such an open-ended question. Every single business is different. Every single type of business, every industry, then look at different countries, and it's too varied. Creating a social media video story that works either has to be, as I said, you dump a bucket of money into your social media machine, plug the video into that, and get it out there that way, or you have to have traffic on your social media platform. So first we have to know if you've got traffic on the social media platform to get success with the video stories. But one thing is for certain, if you're an online retail store, people are going to come to that website before they buy anything. So it depends where you put it. It depends on the business. I'm sorry I couldn't be more helpful. And over to you, Tyson.
Cool. Can you all see this?
Yes, I can see it.
Hey guys, Tyson here from Yodel. I'm here today with Scott, the owner of Helios Brewing. They are an amazing brewery right here in Yurongpili. So Scott, tell me a bit more about Helios.
Helios is a fully sustainable, solar-powered, solar-heated brewery. That's why we're named after the Greek god of the sun.
Yeah, awesome. So, what are we drinking?
We're drinking a new product line. We've got this classic series. We're going to our strengths, and we're looking at some of the old classic styles. This one is very old. The Trappist monks were doing this in the 15 and 1600s. So this one's a Belgian Double, and it's big, boozy, malty. Give it a go.
Awesome. Cheers. Oh, that is absolutely delicious. I love the fact that you guys are environmentally conscious. That's really important. So if you want to find more quality businesses like Helios, download Yodel from your device's app store or jump on yodelit.co to find out.
You look like you struggled drinking that beer, Tyson.
It was absolutely amazing. However,
Look,
it is hard when you're doing it constantly for constant takes. That's when things get difficult.
Yeah. It's not like you stuffed it up on purpose, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, actually, I'll never forget. One day we filmed 5 videos with food businesses back to back, and they all want to see me. It's like they all want you to eat it. And by the last video, I felt like I was going to pass out. I'd eaten that much food.
If you ever need someone to come in and just eat or drink stuff, Tyson,
like, we're here to help, man. We're here to serve.
Absolutely.
I do have a question, and I'm going to target this one at Kay as our social media specialist. I mean, obviously, Kay, video it can be used in so many different components. From your perspective, with your clients and around the recommendation of incorporating video as part of their brand success, how do you find the best ways to use video can be on social media?
Look, the positioning of it, Andrea, is all about user experience. So it's whatever is going to touch them to make them buy. So, a lot of it, as we have all sensory, some of us, it's about the visual, some of us, it's about the touch. So I think in some ways, video is for getting SEO is really good because you can dive in and almost touch what you're saying. Like, I could almost feel that glass of beer was cold. And yet nothing in that video told me that it was cold. So it's a different way to promote your product or your service. But it is like anything, that it's great to have video, but if your whole content is video, you're going to lose your customer simply because they're just going to go, oh, here's just another video. So it's about the content mix that you need to address on social media.
Cool. And I've just got a question for Damon as well from that IT hosting perspective. What do people need to be aware of if they are going to have a heavy video content as part of their brand marketing strategy from an IT support? Because there's nothing worse, right, than trying to go onto a website and freaking videos just stopping the load. What, from your experience there for people, Jamin?
Yeah, so thanks for that. I think the key is to what we call offload. So you offload to something like Vimeo or YouTube or whatever. So you've got plugins for all the major CMSs that actually will connect to those services. Pay for a premium service if your content is really video based. Pay for the service and offload that content. That way, they'll come to your website, but the content is actually being driven and delivered from those content providers. And it's probably more efficient to deliver it that way as well. I'll probably add to that, somebody once said to me, when I was looking at video, a picture speaks 1,000 words, but video speaks 10,000. So I think, video is just amazing. It's an amazing way to, make you stand out, make yourself a little bit more unique and give you that personality that you generally can't with a photo or even text or words, but as Kay once said there as well, you can't be all about video. So it's that whole compromising of that thing. So yeah, hope that answers the first one, and I added a little bit.
Beautiful. No, thanks for that, Jamin. Definitely. I can speak from experience with the difference between YouTube and Vimeo as well. While Vimeo is quite expensive for small businesses, it's a ton of value in there because you can completely remove all the overlaid tools, as well as putting in your own branding in there. You don't have the mess that YouTube can potentially give you. You could also limit where that video is being shared. So if you've got essentially monetary based video production line, so if you want to give away some and then make people pay for the remainder, well, then you've got that control over it. I think you've still got that control somewhat with YouTube as well, but you've just got a lot more capability and functionality with Vimeo. And yeah, and it's very easy to embed as well. So you want to make sure that you're not just uploading the entire file into your website or your web page. You want to make sure it's an externally stored and then embedded into your website. So essentially it's only loading once it's either pressing play or it's heavily compressed for your website. So yeah, and just to add in there as well with regards to SEO, your Yoast or all-in-one SEO, I think it's Yoast primarily the last time I'd seen it, but essentially the plugin for WordPress gives you an SEO video sitemap, which is essentially uploaded to Google along with your regular sitemap, and essentially shows up in the Google search. So when someone searches for something and you get those, suggested images or other media, as opposed to just the text-based search results page, you can get your ranking up. If let's say your videos are more popular than your landing pages, it will work in conjunction to carry it back. To carry it higher on the ranks as well. So you want to make sure you've got a ton of value added into your Vimeo backend, your YouTube backend. So your descriptions, your keywords, your tags, your everything needs to be completely, this is another reason why SEO requires a strategy. You need to make sure you tick that box and do that across the board. So if you're got some media that's going up, your file name needs to be looked at for SEO. So when you upload it, your alt tags, not just for your images, but also your videos and your tags. So whether you use hashtags or whether you go in and add tags to your YouTube, to your Facebook videos, to your Vimeo videos, everywhere, it's all about keywords. It's all about helping Google find you online. So if it's your brand name that you're working on a complete branding strategy for your marketing, then you want to make sure that you've got your set keywords that you want to essentially rank for. Another thing to keep in mind from an SEO perspective is that you can only have one key phrase, one focus key phrase for that particular page. Why? Because if you've got every page that's that same key phrase, then you're essentially combating with each other, and Google can see that there's no logic to your SEO. So you're not going to get up there. So that's another tool that comes with the Yoast plugin, the All-in-One SEO plugin for WordPress. And you can use these tools outside of WordPress. So if you've got, say, a Kartra website, you've got even Encore has its own internal tools for SEO. But if you've got, an externally based website that doesn't carry those plugin tools like WordPress, you can still go in and use the Yoast SEO simulator. So there are simulators, and there's a lot of tools out there, Ahrefs, SEMrush, a whole bunch of tools that essentially you can do a cross-platform analysis. So use all these tools to come back and analyze your one particular page and what you're ranking for that keyword, and it'll give you everything that is helping that rank for that one keyword. So there's a lot that goes into your social media strategy, and videos are, an untapped resource for your SEO. So it's something that you should really kind of work into, not just your branding strategy, your marketing strategy, but also your digital marketing, your SEO strategy. So because don't forget, hands up here, who has among us here on the panel, hands up who has a Google My Business listing. Keep your hand up if you've got videos on there. Uh-oh. Okay, so untapped. There's an example of complete proof that it is yet untapped as far as a resource for your SEO, your Google. Get Google-fied, people. Get your stuff into Google My Business. Get it in your website. Get it in your socials. Get it in your YouTube channel. Don't forget Pinterest, Reddit. How many are there? Kate, how many social channels are there? Do you know exactly?
Heaps.
Last count? Well, are you talking about, like your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, or are you getting into the niche social media? So
no, we're talking just brands, places where we can get a backlink to, so we can create more brand experience, just get awareness out there about your brand. How many are there at last count?
I haven't counted.
There'd be thousands. You can use
Thousands.
plugins like Add This, which you can click on. It takes you to Reddit or wherever you basically want to place your content. It's oodles. And think about video too. You don't actually have to try and sell something. It can be also about an informational thing. We use it for our support and how-to type articles. It makes it a lot easier to explain something via video than what it does in them reading, a War and Peace exercise on how to click on mail, for example. So
I've just got one final question actually to Nick and Liam, and that is, it's always the big question, how much, right? And if we look at something like our builder there, something like of that quality, because I think that's what people are going to see. They're going to see that video and they're going to go, how much is that going to cost? Something like that. So ballpark figure, gentlemen, for what that kind of video, because that was what, 2.5 minutes long, Liam?
About 2.5 minutes. That one, there was a lot of shots taken across a long period of time. So that one's probably around about less than $5,000 as a ballpark. But here's the thing with video. This is a mobile phone. Your videos can cost you $0, just your time.
Yeah.
If you don't have to hire a production company. Coming from a production company guy, you don't have to hire a production company. Start shooting your brand videos on your phone. Just keep in mind when you're shooting it, don't hold it like this. Let's shoot it landscape if we're doing YouTube or Facebook. Let's go this way if we're doing TikTok or Instagram. But yeah, your videos can literally cost you nothing. You can use advanced tools like Katrina's throwing around on her screen right now.
Yeah.
But bring in production companies, a brand video. If you budget around $5,000, you should get something half decent. Brand videos can go upwards of millions, depending on what you want to achieve. But
But that kind of
Mostly-
example, that example of your construction company, would that be 4 to 5,
Yeah,
4 to
about 4 to
6K?
5. 4 to
Yep.
5.
Nick?
I'd probably be just about $5 less than that, so I get the job.
Cool. Because I think it's really important, right? Because we go, yep, sure, we can do this, but just based on the examples you showed, if you really wanted something that was schmicko, that's the kind of investment that people should be aware of. And then just one final question back to Kay, and that is obviously posting video onto social media. Obviously, different time allotments, size allotments for the different platforms. So if you look at the two main platforms, LinkedIn and Facebook, Kay, what are we looking time-wise?
Because if you're doing and paying for branding, you should have it on everything. And YouTube should be one of them. But my question, I guess, guys, is with the videos that you've done, can you take and deliver snippets of it that can be used for the social media posts?
I always try to get in there really early and say, do you need shorter or longer versions, and then shoot it to be modular to cut it down. And that's a fantastic upsell as well. I can get them thinking about those shorter and longer versions, and they are good for different purposes.
So while we've had an incredible session today, thank you so much, guys. Just truly incredible. We do have there was some inspiration in bringing the, three of you guys in here. Carly actually has a video session. She's doing some DIY stuff with a little bit of help from me. So that's happening.
It's gonna
on
be
Friday.
ace, guys.
Do you have any questions, Carly?
No, you've pretty much answered most of the things. Dot points. For me, it won't be look at the camera, look like I'm talking to somebody, will be the easiest way for my brain not to freeze up and go, duh. Ultimately, yeah, if I can just stop overthinking it, I think is, lot 52 or lot 75, we'll get there. It's going to be a 60-second video. We've all got high hopes.
Do you think we could show some of them on bloopers for next week?
Oh dear God.
That's going to be funny.
Bring popcorn is all I can say.
Popcorn.
Oh, awesome. Okay, yes. So a big reminder before we sign off for today's session is that the last session of the year is the 8th of December. And it's going to be basically a little bit of a sneak peek through what's going to happen next year. But for the most part, I'm going to be spending the weekend pulling out all the bloopers, the B-roll that we've had that's recorded in my, local system here. It's not uploaded. So I'll be pulling all of those out. And I think, spoiler alert, there will be some interesting yoga moves from a non-human entity. So please do make sure you tune in and join the crew, because we will be looking at our amazing 2 years worth of content that we have presented. So we might do a quick rerun of some topics as well, so you know what's exactly been actually offered in the digital toolkit, also with a sneak preview for next year. So again, thank you to everyone who's been on the session today, just jam-packed full of great advice, tips and tools for your branding videos. So make sure you jump in and join us next week for the digital toolkit, for the bloopers reel and the sneak preview. But until then, make sure that you register on the digitaltoolkit.co to get paid, get found, and grow your business online. And thanks everyone. Bye for now.